What is the worst Pirates of the Caribbean film?
Okay, I know this is not a usual popular opinion, but y'all not gonna like hearing this, but this is my least favorite of the franchise. Pirates of the Caribbean 3 A World's End. Now, hear me out, Epitastic Nation. This is not an unwatchable film. I don't think this is a bad movie per se. I know there's a lot of people who really hate this movie or the other two following it. They say On Stranger Tides or Dead Man Tell No Tales is worse. I actually prefer those to this. There are good elements in here. I still think our main trio is great. The action, when you do get it, especially the final fight in the rain, which goes on for a little long, but it's epic and grand scale. I do think it's great. I do think the cinematography, the scope, and the directing is still fine. And overall, for this intended final chapter of the trilogy, I think there are moments of it where it does feel like a finale. But thank goodness this was not the finale, because if this was the end of the series, I would have hated the way this goes out. Where do I start with my issues? I've done a full-length YouTube review. The biggest issue here is that there is just way too many storylines going on all at once. And there's a lot of double crossing where characters will fight and turn against each other, then they'll work together with each other. Also, there is just... I really hate the opening of this movie. You put a freaking kid in danger, which really pissed me off. But I was still willing to go along with this. And it takes forever for Johnny Depp to come back into the role. Also, some of the decisions they make with these characters are not that great in this movie. I do applaud the fact what they do with Will Turner in this movie. That was actually pretty ballsy. And this movie's just too fucking long. I don't have a problem with a movie that's 3 hours or such. But here, when everything is so convoluted and so complicated, it really feels extremely exhausting and feels very boring in parts. And to the point where it feels like it's a drag in parts. And do not get me started on what they do with Davy Jones as a character in this movie. I hated what they do with him. You took a badass villain and you gave him this pathetic excuse of a love story. I know it may sound like I hate Pirates of the Caribbean: The World's End. I really don't. It's more so this background noise, but when you compare it to the first two movies in this intended trilogy or in this franchise overall, there has to be a disappointing one, and unfortunately, A World's End is that disappointing movie. It's not bad, it's watchable, but it could have been a lot stronger.